Kia ora koutou, ko Miao Xingchen aho, ke kone mato, toku lima, Ziang, Yifang, Lingling, Mei Shizhang. Our learning and teaching take place here in Kilikiliola in the Waikato region. Today, we are excited to share our plan to strengthen the presence of Te Maoli and Tikanga Maoli in our school community. Before we begin, we invited you to think, peer share. What does Te Maoli mean to you personally? Our kaupapa comes directly from our local school community here in Kilikiliola, Waikato, where Waikato Nui identity and history are an important part of everyday life. We recognize that strengthening Te Maoli and Tikanga Maoli in our secondary school is not only about language learning, but about honoring Te Tili Tili or Waikangi, supporting Maoli learners to feel valued and to achieve, and enriching all students' sense of belonging. This presentation is designed for our school staff and funnel, so we can work together to create a culturally responsive learning environment that reflects who we are as a community. And then Ziang will introduce more about theoretical foundation.
Okay, let's start with the theoretical foundation of language learning. Understanding this is crucial as it gets how we effectively teach teleomoli. First, we have Krashen's input hypothesis. He argues that learners need comprehensible input. Language materials are slightly above their current level. In simple terms, we must provide students with teleomoli content that they mostly understand, but which contains new challenges. This is the key to language acquisition. Second, we have Vygotsky socio-cultural theory. He emphasizes that learning is social. Students learn through interaction with teachers and peers, achieving with scaffolding what they cannot do alone. This means collaboration, dialogue, and guided support are central to our classroom practice for learning teleomoli. In summary, students need both high-quality language input and active social interaction. Now let's go to the next page. Okay, we can use Cummings' theory to understand language proficiency more deeply. BICS refers to basic interpersonal communicative skills. This is the language used for daily social interactions like greeting someone or talking about the weather in teleomoli. Because it's supported by context and gestures, this fluency develops relatively quickly, often within 1 to 2 years. However, we must pay special attention to CALP, cognitive academic language proficiency. This is the ability to use teleomoli for abstract thinking, discussing academic topics, and writing essays. As its context reduced, it takes much longer to develop, typically 5 to 7 years or more. This distinction is critical. We cannot assume a student is proficient in teleomoli just because they can converse socially. In our teaching, we must be intentional about developing both BICS and CALP simultaneously to truly empower students to use teleomoli confidently and in depth. Thank you.
Our vision includes 3 foundational pillars. Our first pillar is to create a bilingual, bicultural environment. This is about making a Maori visible, respected, and an everyday part of our school. Second, we aim to build confidence and respect for the Maori. This applies to everyone over Okanga, Kayako, and Whānau, ensuring a shared understanding and appreciation for the Maori word. Thirdly, to ensure that this change is achievable, we promise to support Kayako with practical tools. No one should feel stressed. We are giving Kayako everything they need to succeed. So our goal is not just to teach Maori in isolation, but to live it, to make it a real part of our daily life and authentic cultural connections in our community. So let's move to in order to move our vision from concept to reality, let's introduce our clear, actionable three-stage plan. Let's move to the next slide. In our three-stage implementation plan, the first short-term phase, which covers term 1, we want quick, visible change and easy to adopt habits. We will start with simple actions like daily greetings, basic karakia and waiata, and updating our classroom displays to show Torimori words clearly. From term 2 to term 3 is a medium-term phase. It's time to learn more and go deeper. We will focus on curriculum integration, making sure Torimori is relevant in every subject. Kayako will get active support through specific and ongoing training (PLD). In year 2 and after, our long-term stage makes the culture permanent. We plan to build funnel partnership, encourage students' leaders, and make visible changes to the environment, like sense in 2 languages across the school. Let's welcome Lilin to introduce the teaching classroom strategies.
Okay, thanks, Yifan. Let's break down the plan into everyday practices. Our overall goal is to create an inclusive and culturally responsive learning environment. We will build our practices on 3 levels. Level 1, basic integration in everyday use. We plan to integrate Te Lelo Māori in daily routines, such as greetings, instructions, and classroom commands. Next slide, please. And the level 2, cultural immersion. For example, celebrate Matariki with activities that explore Maori traditions, or commemorate Waitangi Day on every February 6th with discussions about the Treaty of Waitangi. We will also explore Maori values like whanga atanga, mana kitanga, kaitia kitanga, and nanga tiratanga. Next page, please. Level 3, deeper engagement, such as offer dedicated Te Lelo Māori lessons, invite members of local Māori community to share their knowledge, story, and perspectives with students, and engage students in activities such as waving, nananga, carving, whakido, and Māori performing arts, kapahaka. Zanshi, please.
Okay, Kapai Lingling. So now we've looked at specific classroom strategies. Here, this slide focusing on how to integrate Tikan Maoli into our daily life. We all know that values such as Matakitanga, Whanuatanga, and Kotakitanga should be in everyday interactions, determine how we live and work together. But we can make this even more intentional. And this also means we should respect local protocols during Pawhili, Hui, and Mariah visits, and try to avoid tokenism, as Te Leo Māori and Tikanga Māori are inseparable. We can only appreciate the language if we understand the cultural value behind the words. A useful reflection question here would be, how am I already showing Matakitanga in my classroom or my interactions with students? And what is one small step I can take to strengthen that? It is only when we truly live by these values that the language becomes more natural and meaningful for all the learners, which brings us to the next slides, which is how to measure our success. So one of the first signs of progress should be increased confidence. Notice here that we put emphasis on confidence, not fluency, and this comes from both staff and students. We should also try to start seeing more visible Te Leo Māori and Maori culture in school environment. And we should also check in with Whānau and iwi to ensure our practices are authentic and respectful. And we'll gather feedback through observation, surveys, and student reflections. And now we come to the last slides, which brings everything together and looks ahead. Now I want to bring everyone back to the idea. Ko Te Leo Maori, or Timana Maoli, which means the language is the life force of Maori identity. This is something that we as a community should carry together. And if each of us can take small yet consistent steps, we can create lasting changes in school culture. So now we'll finish with the closing circle, where each of us will think of one small commitment we would like to make to further support TEEDU403 in our daily life. Norira tenakoto 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 katua. And we have our reference list at the last slide, so you can take a look if you're interested. Thank you so much.